Okay, be honest. Have you ever had a day where you know exactly what you need to do? You know it's important, you know doing it would make you feel better, and somehow you're on your phone. Just 5 minutes. Yeah, we both know that's a lie. 5 minutes turns into Instagram, then YouTube, and more videos. And suddenly, an hour is gone. You look at the clock and go, okay, now I'm starting. Dude, you said that an hour ago. And somehow you still haven't worked out, practiced, work on your project, or done the thing you have been putting off for weeks. All you need is just watching this video. Because I will tell you that it's not laziness. And what should you do? Hello everyone, I'm Asel, a content creator and an artist. Welcome to Tilasel. Before you watch, I want you to support my YouTube channel and like this video because I tried my best to make this video helpful for you. Alright, let me tell you something. I know that you're struggling with these questions. Maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I have no discipline. Maybe I'm just not built for success. But what if you're not actually lazy? What if something else is making it hard for you to start? Because maybe you don't need another motivational video. Maybe you need to understand what actually is stopping you. And I'm saying this because I used to think my problem was discipline too, until I realized it was much deeper. So let's talk about why we sometimes can't do the things we know are good for us. Maybe you're not lazy. Being tired and unmotivated sometimes doesn't make you lazy, you guys. We all have those days. But what if it becomes a pattern? You have something that matters to you, but you just can't start. You keep saying you will work out, practice, work on your business, or learn something new, then you put it off. And instead of feeling better, you feel guilty. The task is still unfinished, your brain keeps thinking about it, you feel more drained, and starting the next thing becomes even harder. So you think, why am I like this? I used to ask myself that all the time. And eventually I realized that what looks like laziness from the outside can sometimes be something that's completely different underneath. Stress, fear, perfectionism, low confidence, feeling overwhelmed. These things can affect how easily we start something and keep going. So instead of asking yourself, why am I so lazy? Maybe ask, what is making this so hard for me? Let's talk about my real experience. I'm not saying this because I read one psychology quote on Pinterest and became expert. I'm talking about my own real experience. There was a time when I genuinely had no idea what I was doing with my future. When I started therapy, my future felt incredibly uncertain. I told you more about the situation in the video I linked here. Even the idea of making money from something that I love felt almost impossible. But therapy helped me ask different questions. Why do I give up so easily? What am I actually afraid of? Why is it starting so hard? Why can't I keep going? Where did my confidence get damaged? What thoughts keep stopping me? And one of the biggest questions was, do I actually not want to work? Or is something making it hard for me to work? That's a huge difference. But if you think you're lazy, you'll probably just try to force yourself harder. But if there's something underneath it, fear, perfectionism, low self-worth, negative thought patterns, or feeling overwhelmed, you need to deal with that. And that's where things are starting changing for me. I didn't become a new person overnight. I didn't wake up one morning like, hello, good morning, I'm suddenly disciplined, productive, and emotionally stable. Absolutely not. It happened slowly, you guys. I learned how to deal with my thoughts. I learned that just because I think something doesn't mean it's true. I learned that being scared doesn't mean I have to stop. And when I have zero motivation, and instead of immediately blaming myself, I ask what's actually going on. I also learned something really important that I want to share it with you guys in this video. I don't have to figure out everything out alone. Today, I work toward my goals almost every day. I write ideas, I record videos and edit them. I post them. I mess up. But I come back, not because I never have negative thoughts anymore, because I learned how to deal with them. And that made me realize maybe living is a skill too, like the other skills. Why do we have teacher for everything except for life? Just think about it. If you want to learn painting, you take a class. Music, you get a teacher. Fitness, you get a coach. But somehow, for the most important skills ever, living your life and managing your mind, we accept ourselves to just know how to do it. Like, congrats, you're an adult right now. Here are your problems. Good luck. Nobody gives you a manual for dealing with failure, fear, confidence, negative thoughts, or those moments when life completely knocks you off track. We learn how to study, how to work, how to take care of ourselves, but many of us never really learn how to understand our emotions, manage our thoughts, build confidence, or handle pressure. And then we grow up and wonder, why am I struggling so much? Maybe because nobody taught us. Maybe you're not broken. You can be an adult. You can work. You can make money. You can be independent and still not know what to do when your own brain starts working against you. Instead of saying there's something wrong with me, maybe you should say, I just haven't learned this skill yet. If you have never played piano, nobody accepts you to sit down and play a difficult song. But you need a teacher. You need practice. You probably sound terrible at first, but that's okay. In the life, it's the exact opposite. Everyone accepts you to live perfectly, but at first, maybe some parts of life work the same way. Maybe you're not broken. Maybe you just never learned the skill. So, do we need more motivation? Honestly, maybe not. Because motivation can work for a few minutes. You watch motivational video, you get hyped, you make a new schedule. You're like, this is it. My life is changing. 3 minutes later, you're back in the bed and watching your YouTube. And now you're even more disappointed in yourself. So maybe the question isn't, how do I get more motivation? Maybe it's, why does my motivation keeps disappearing? Why is it starting so hard? Why does one mistake make you want to quit? And if you don't know the answers, that doesn't mean you're broken. Sometimes you need someone outside of your own brain to help you can see the things that you can't see yourself. Getting help doesn't make you weak. If you take music lessons, that doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're learning from someone who knows something you don't know yet. Mental health also can be similar. If you've been mentally exhausted, constantly procrastinating, struggling to start things, or stuck in negative thought patterns, talking to a qualified mental health can be a really valuable step. A therapist can help you understand where these patterns are coming from. And if you need help with goals, habits, planning, or accountability, a qualified coach can help with that side too. Just make sure you actually research who you are working with. Don't pick someone just because they have coach in their Instagram bio. And about my experience, I worked with a therapist over the past year. And I've genuinely changed a lot. Not because all of my problems magically disappeared, because I learned how to handle difficult things differently, how to deal with my thoughts, how to keep going when life gets hard, and eventually how to become more independent in handling my own life. If you want to check out the therapist I work with, I will leave his contact information in the description below. But you don't have to work with the same person. Do your own research and find someone who feels right for you. Because sometimes getting help is how to become stronger. So next time you look at the clock and realize you spent another hour doing everything except the thing you actually needed to do. Before you call yourself lazy, pause and ask yourself, am I actually lazy? Or is something making this harder than it should be? Maybe you need rest. Maybe there's something you need to work through. Maybe there's a skill you were never taught. And maybe you need a professional help for a while. But please don't turn your entire identity into, I'm just an unmotivated person. You're not a machine. You're not supposed to automatically know how to handle every emotion, fear, failure, and problem life throws at you. Some things have to be learned. Some things have to be practiced. And sometimes you need someone to walk with you for a while. And there's absolutely nothing embarrassing about that. If this video felt a little too relatable, tell me in the comments what is one thing you know you need to do right now, but you keep putting off. I have a feeling way more of us are stuck in this cycle than we realize. And maybe your comments are exactly what someone else needs to hear. You don't have to know how to do everything alone. Sometimes you just need to learn a skill, and learning is never a weakness. Alright guys, we have reached the end of this video. I hope this video would be a bit helpful, and if it was, I want you to like this video and subscribe to Tilacell and give me some energy. And it's time to say goodbye. As always, stay colorful, big like and big heart for you with so many kisses. See you in the next video. Take care of yourself and bye bye.